When talking about career development, there is a topic that barely anyone ever addresses. And that's a topic that I really care about because I found myself in the situation where this was relevant to me. Actually, multiple times in the past. So today I really want to shed some light on this topic, and I'm very curious to hear in the comments below if any of you faced a similar situation in the past. So, Andrea, you might be wondering, what is this topic? Well, the topic is that of support. Support from your family, from your friends, from your close relatives. So, pretty much from all people you really care about when it comes to making life-changing decisions. Let me give you a couple of examples of such decisions, such events. One could be, for example, moving abroad or moving to a different city within your country in order to get a job. Or that may be starting a course of study, a study at university that your family or your friends are not really sure about, or which they don't really understand. So these are examples of situations where it may happen that since your family does not understand you where you're coming from, or rather simply has a different idea for you, different plan for you, that you find yourself facing this conflict, the conflict where you want something and you know exactly what you want, but you have, of course, some emotional distress because people who are dear to you do not see this event in the same way. This is more often happening than anyone may expect. So I'm pretty sure actually that all of you who have taken such decisions in your life have been in a similar situation. It's hardly ever, right? Everyone is in agreement with what you're doing. And from my perspective, that's a healthy signal. If everyone understood you, well, you're probably doing something which is clear to everyone, right? You're just following the stream of the current. So this is a definitely distressful situation. But what I would like to discuss with you is the root of or the cause of the problem. Why does it happen that your family or your friends see things differently? The first reason, of course, is just a generational matter. Your family, your parents mostly are older than you. They come from a different time. They have different experiences. So they just see the world from a different point of view, in a different way from you. At the same time, and I think this is key, and it's something that really no one talks about, everyone has, including your parents, their own agenda. Let me explain. Your parents, your friends have certain wills and wants. They want you to do certain things, which are not necessarily, do not necessarily come out of a rational decision making. It's not always that, say, your parents know that if you go into the medical field, you're gonna make a lot of money, so you're gonna be wealthy, and you're gonna be well off. That may be a rational thinking, that of course happens, but there are other factors. For example, have you ever considered that your parents may subconsciously, of course, not want you to move out of your hometown so that when they get older, you're going to be there for them to look after them? Or talking about your friends, have you ever thought that it may happen that your friends are, or one specific friend is not really happy with your decision to move abroad because, well, they're gonna lose their best friend and they will have no one else to hang out with? This may seem silly topics, silly reasoning, but that's exactly the point. People are not necessarily consciously thinking this. That is what's going on behind the scenes. They may not even be aware of this thinking, but hey, is still there. It still takes place. So this is simply something we need to be aware of so that we can deal with it better. Now, as I was saying at the beginning, it's completely normal to have conflict, to be in a situation where some people or everyone does not understand your decision, does not understand your course of action. I was also telling you at the beginning that I found myself in such situations multiple times. At the very beginning, where I was just a young high school student in back in Italy, I made the conscious decision to move abroad for my studies. No one understood why I chose that. That happened again when I started living in a different country, when I decided to leave my very well-paying management consulting position to move into a big tech firm, or why I decided to move on from the tech firm. All of these are steps that just you inside of yourself feel are right. And it's totally okay that people don't understand you. I want to say that again. It's okay that people do not understand you. You need to feel comfortable with your decisions, what you have chosen for yourself. You are the one that decides the course of your life. And of course, that accepts the consequences of their actions. It may happen that you take your decision, you were 100% sure about it, and well, you just screw it. And while you're back to square one, your parents will be like, told you that would be the case, and well, whatever, you start from scratch. It's all fine. So let's summarize what we've been telling each other so far. People have more often than not an agenda that have a plan for you for interacting with you that is subconscious, they are not aware of, but is still there and influences their actions, what they tell you, what they advise you to do. Secondly, being in a situation where people do not understand you, do not understand your decision, is normal. I would say it's physiological, it just happens. And of course, what's necessary then is to accept this conflict so that you consider your decision carefully and you go for it, always, of course, accepting the consequences of your actions. So you must, of course, take full responsibility. So I hope this was helpful for you. I know these are very, very difficult topics emotionally for you when this happens, but I hope now you have the right tools to understand what's happening so that you can take better decisions. Let me know in the comments below how I can help you further. Good luck and take care.